Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we will explore the Job Properties tab when configuring a job in a workflow. Job Properties tab is where you define the basic configuration of a job, including its identity, execution environment, script, and other optional settings. We'll walk through each property, explain its purpose, and see how it is used when configuring a job. So let's get started and log in into Job Cockpit. Here I'm using account root and password root. Open the configuration view and navigate to inventory. Browse to the desired folder. In this example, we'll use user folder and its AS subfolder. To create a new workflow, click three-dot action menu and select new workflow. Enter context v workflow as the workflow name and then click submit. A workflow represents the sequence of jobs and workflow instructions that JS7 executes. To build a workflow, simply drag and drop a job instruction from the toolbar into the workflow editor. Once the job is added, its configuration panel opens automatically. Job property defines the basic configuration of a job. They specify where the job runs, what it executes, and how JS7 identifies it within the workflow. Some properties are required before a job can run, while other provides additional functionality. Let's look at each property. First property is name. The name uniquely identifies the job. If the same job is used multiple times within a workflow, JS7 stores only one definition of that job. Each additional occurrence simply references the same job definition. This avoids duplicate job configuration and makes maintenance easier. Let's name it create file. Next is label. Label identifies the position of a job within the workflow. Unlike the job name, every label must be unique. For example, if the job is used twice in a workflow, each occurrence must have a different label so that JS7 can distinguish between them. Let's name this label creating file first iteration. Next is title field. This field is used to provide a brief explanation of the workflow's or job's purpose. This helps user quickly understand what the workflow or job is designed to do. This field also supports Markdown link. This means that you can include a clickable link to a website or a documentation by using Markdown syntax. Now let's fill the title field with this. When the workflow or a job is displayed in the workflow view, the link becomes clickable, allowing users to open the referenced website directly from the title. Next is agent. Agents specify where the job will run. If you're using a standalone agent, simply select the agent from the list. If you're using an agent cluster, first choose the agent cluster and then select the appropriate sub-agent cluster. Selected agent is responsible for executing the job. The job is assigned to an agent that will execute the job script or job in the JVM, depending on the job class specified. The next property is job resource. A job can optionally reference one or more job resources. Job resources contain a reusable variable as key value pairs that can be shared across jobs or entire workflow. Instead of defining the same variables repeatedly, you can maintain them centrally and assign them where needed. To assign a job resource, open the Job Resource drop-down and select the required job resource from the list. When assigned at the workflow level, their variables are available to all jobs in the workflow. Now let's create a job resource. From the configuration view, navigate to Inventory tab, expand the folder structure and navigate to the desired folder. Here I am using context video folder nested under the user folder. Next expand controller section and select job resource. Then click the three-dot action menu and then select new to create a new job resource. Give it a proper name and then click submit. Here let's add an argument. For the name, enter server. For the value, enter production. The argument tab is used for JVM jobs. JVM jobs are jobs that run in agent's Java virtual machine such as JITL jobs. Now switch to environment variable tab. This tab is used for shell jobs such as shell or PowerShell scripts. Click add. Enter server as the environment variable name. Notice that JS7 automatically populates the value field with $server. This is the default expression generated by JS7. You can keep it to reference variable by name or replace it with a constant value or another expression depending on your requirement. Once the job resource has been created and is valid, click deploy. To use it, open the workflow. The workflow that we were using was create video CV. Click job create file and then navigate to job resource property. From here, click the job resource that we have created right now. It is nested under context video folder and the name is create video. When a job resource is assigned to a workflow, its argument and environment variables are available to all applicable jobs in that workflow. When a job resource is assigned to a job, it is directly available for that job. Moving forward to return codes. By default, JS7 treats a return code of 0 as successful. Any other return code is considered a failure. However, you can customize this behavior. You can define multiple successful return codes such as 0, 2, 4, and 8. You can also define ranges, for example 0 through 8 successful, 0 to 5 successful, and so on. If needed, you can separately configure which return code indicates success and which indicate failure, or instruct JS7 to ignore return codes completely. Moving ahead to return code on warning. Sometimes return code should not fail the job but should still alert users. For this purpose, JS7 provides return code on warning. Here you can specify one or more positive return codes that should be treated as warnings instead of errors. Return codes can be entered as comma separated list, for example 0, 1, 2, or as a range, for example 0 dot dot 42. So it means 0 to 42. If one of the configured warning return codes occur, the workflow continues without interruption and JS7 creates a notification to indicate that job completed with a warning. This allows users to monitor unusual situation without stopping workflow execution. Next is job class. This determines how a job is executed. Click the Job Class drop-down to view the available job classes. Shell job executes job script containing operating system commands using OS shell such as Windows, Unix, or Mac. JITL jobs are Java jobs that ship with the JS7 agent and provides predefined job templates for common tasks. Java jobs are user-defined jobs created using JS7 Job API and are executed in the Java virtual machine provided by the agent. JavaScript jobs execute JavaScript code in JVM using GraalVM. Python jobs executes Python code in JVM using GraalVM. Select the appropriate job class based on the type of job you want to execute. Then we have environment variable. This tab is available for shell jobs. Environment variables are used to parameterize a job by passing value to the job script. Click Add Variable to create a new environment variable. Each environment variable consists of a name and value. The name should follow your operating system naming convention. A common convention is to use uppercase letter for environment variable names. A value can be constant value or an expression. You can also reference order variables or node argument by prefixing the variable name with a dollar sign. For example, if an order variable named database exists, you can specify $database as the value. During job execution, JS7 resolves the expression and passes the corresponding value to the job script. In addition to variable defined here, shell jobs automatically receives a large number of environment variable provided by the agent, such as JS7 agent home. Environment variable can also be provided by job resource and are available to the job during execution. Next property is script. This field contains the commands that agent executes. For shell jobs, this can include operating system commands, shell script or executable files. Script should be returned for the operating system of the selected agent such as Windows or Unix. You can enter the script directly in the editor or click the pencil icon to open the script editor. Script editor provides a large editing area for working with longer job script. It also offers features such as syntax highlighting for commonly used scripting language, search and replace, undo and redo, and resizable editor window. Once you have finished editing the script, click Submit and continue configuring the job. This completes the configuration of job properties. In the next video, we'll continue with the remaining workflow configuration options. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.